for my city, Dallas. This gon' be that Lucas show. Now I'm blowing up like the whole squad to let bazookas go. In this world, it ain't about what you know, it's about who you know. Flying out to handle business, catch me out in Maryland. If you ever picked me up when I was down, you bro for life.
Did you move a lot when you were little or no?
I mean, I was in Hawaii originally, so after that I moved up here. So
When did you move from Hawaii?
when I was 8.
Okay, that's not a bad age to move, to be honest, cause you still have you still a kid where you can still build up friends.
Yeah, that's true. It wasn't like that big of a, I guess, like a difference for me as far as like friendship wise. Like I wasn't like, no, why am I moving?
Yeah. Cause like if you move for like I would say high school, that would be a little bit harder.
I mean, even just moving from Plano to Frisco was hard.
Yeah,
Like
that,
that was only a city away. So yeah, 100%.
Were you like into like all the curricular activities in school or not?
I was more into like anything that had to do with music. So like if there was a talent show, I was doing it.
Were you in theater?
I wasn't.
You wasn't?
Acting was something I was still trying to get used to. Like I went to drama camp once and it was just bad. So I kind of stayed away from that. But if it had to do with like music and singing, I was in it. So choir, also dance too. I was on drill team, did talent shows. So if it had to do in that realm, yeah.
Like were you bad? Like you were bad or like the experience was bad? Whenever you were.
The experience was bad because I still had like stage fright.
Okay.
And so when I had to get on stage and like read my lines, it just wasn't.
Yeah. That's the one thing I honestly say I should have, like, I wish I could have done theater, because I feel like anybody who's done theater, like, you lose that stage fright, I guess, when you're little. And now whenever it comes to like talking with like a bunch of people, like let's say like presenting something or like singing something or just saying something, like that nerve, right? And I feel like it's a lot harder for me.
Yeah.
Well, now it's easy with the podcast, but it's still hard.
Yeah, I just remember all the theater kids, man. They were so confident in themselves. Like, that's who they were.
I had theater, but it was like the other type of theater where like we're the ones helping like build the.
The sets and
the
stuff.
sets and stuff, yeah.
I know what you're talking about, yeah.
And I only had that class because I wanted to graduate junior year. I wanted to graduate early, get high school out of the way, but then my principal didn't let me because I had one. What's it called? What you needed to graduate.
Like 1 credit left.
Yeah,
or
I had
something?
1 credit left. I even took night school junior year. I took like 3 different classes in night school just so I can finish early.
Wow.
And he didn't let me. So like my senior year was all electives. So it was just like the easy. Yeah, I wouldn't even show up to school sometimes. I would just like stay home.
Dang.
And then I would just do that 1 class that I had.
Why'd you want to get out of high school so fast?
I've always liked making money. So I was just always like, man, I'm ready to make money. Like, we're not really learning anything in school. Like, I was very knowledgeable in that sense of, like, I know we're not really learning anything in school. Because they don't really teach us anything that we really need in the real world.
I mean, you're not wrong about that.
Like, I'm like, bro, teach me how to do my taxes. Well, back then I didn't really know about that. But like, now that I'm like, damn, like, they don't teach you none of that.
Yeah. It's just a bunch of stuff to brainwash us.
For us, that's true. Were you, like, popular in school, or you were just like very reserved?
I don't know if I would say I was popular. I was just like very accepting of anyone, like no matter who they were, what their background was. So I mean, it could be perceived as popular that way, but really I just liked to make friends. But I was more reserved for sure. I wasn't like very sure of myself in like high school yet.
That's how a lot of people are, though.
Yeah.
To be honest, I would, cause I was just thinking about this the other day. I was like, bro, I was never like, I never had like my best friends, because I knew everybody, because I was friends with like nerdy kids, with like goth kids. I was over here with anime kids, with like, and then I played soccer too, so I was always with like the sports guys.
Exactly.
So I was like, I never got close with anyone because I was always hanging out with everybody. So I was like, man, I wish I could have had like a group of friends.
Yeah.
But I mean, it helped me because like now, like people still like, I still know a lot of people from high school that are still close to me.
Yep.
But we should talk a little bit about your music. First of all, is your favorite color purple, or is that just your theme of like right now of your?
No, it's always been my favorite color.
Okay.
And I wanted to make it my branding too because I just love it. So.
Is it purple or is it like a different? Because I know it's like.
So it's this season with my music and just everything I'm leaning towards, it's supposed to be like a neon purple. But of course, I'm not trying to like kill everybody with just like neon purple everywhere I go all the time. So,
I mean, it's a nice color though. I don't mind like your theme, everything. Like even your Instagram, like the whole page, it's like very.
Thank you.
What's it called aesthetic? The aesthetic of it is really nice.
Thank you.
I wish I could do that. Like I was like, I've always seen like people's pages where like they're very like the aesthetic vibes of it. I'm like, man, I've never been able to do that. You know, I just post whatever, and then I don't even care. It's just like it's whatever.
Yeah.
To me,
I mean, that's nice though, because sometimes I wish I could be like that, because every time I post something, I'm like, okay, how is it gonna look on the feed? I go through like 3 to 4 different photos. I'm sitting there like, why is this taking me so long?
Yeah.
And I remember this one, I forgot who said it. It might have been Kendrick or someone, and it was just like, just post the content, just post it.
I would say like I don't know if you know, or I mean, if you know who Joe Rogan is, or like if you follow him at all. Like he posts the most random stuff. Like sometimes he's like my meal of the day, and it's just like fucking like random ass, like just a piece of steak, and it's like, bro, I wish I could just post that, you know.
I mean, that's what content has gotten to nowadays. Like I think people find entertainment in almost everything now.
That is true. You know what I just learned about cameos too. I didn't know what cameos were for a while.
Cameos.
It's like famous people get paid for that to do shout outs to people or like happy birthdays and stuff.
Yep.
I'm like, damn, they make money off of that. The shit I want.
They got multiple streams of income.
Yeah, it was. I was watching a podcast because these guys were talking about it because they were making fun of I guess like the lower class people, not the lower class people, but like the lower tier of famous people that make cameos.
Okay.
Because like them, they're down that bad that they have to make cameos, you know.
Dang.
I was like, and they were like, if you see me ever doing that, that means I'm down bad, bro. I was like, damn, that's fucked up.
If you see me doing that, I'm trying to get richer.
Yeah. I was like, shit, that's just to me. I was just like, that sounds like a good income.
Right. Easy.
Explain to us like your song you just dropped. What is it about? What is it? Fuccgirl season?
Yeah. So the song's called "I Might," aka
I
Fuccgirl season.
Okay.
But yeah. So this is the first song I'm dropping, a part of Fuccgirl season. It's a very upbeat, vibrant song. If you just want to get hyped to it, kind of like you said earlier, like Sexy Red is like in your mind. Like that's kind of what I wanted to do here, but be a little more like classy with it, not so raunchy. But the song is basically just a vibe. You listen to it and all you want to do is just move or like party with whoever you're with. It's meant to be a really mindless song to take in, but also there's a deeper meaning behind the song as a whole.
Why did you pick like the name? Well, obviously the season, like Fuccgirl season. Why is that?
So I have a whole story I'm trying to tell with the next 5 years of my music career.
Okay.
And so this is kind of the start of everything. I mean, I chose Fuccgirl season because, I mean, when you think of fuck girls or fuck boys, which is like a little bit more of a popular term, it's just someone who does what they want, doesn't really care about the consequences, kind of lives obliviously, and that kind of lifestyle's fun for people, you know, until it's not. But right now it's fun. So that's why I wanted to pick it. I wanted my music to just be fun. Again, like I said earlier, for it to be mindless, but have a deeper meaning behind it.
Got you. Damn, 5 years though, you have a long vision of what you want, you know?
Yep, I do.
I was like, I can't even think of like what I want for like the next 3 months. That's like, I'm very like in the moment type of deal. I make goals, but my mind changes so much and stuff that I want to do with that. It's just like.
And I mean, I think people work well that way. For me, though, I just think I chose 5 years. One, because I worked with this group, Greenhouse, and they really helped me lay the foundation as who I am as an artist. But I think when you have that solid foundation, then you never really steer off the path that you know, ultimately want for your music and yourself as an artist.
Yeah. No, that is true. And to be honest, when like you said, I had like what I told you when I was getting here, like I had Sexy Red song in my head. Now I was like, I think I saw a post where it said that like I think that right now the top 10 songs in the charts are all women. Like there's no guys in it. I was like, I wonder why. Like, I mean, I'm not that it's like bad, but it's like girls are taking over like the music industry right now, especially when it comes to English music, for sure. Like obviously Taylor Swift takes care of most of the chart, but
Always.
But in general, like Sexy Red is crazy. Ice Spice too, right? I think she has one.
She was on there for a while.
Yeah, she was on there for a while. There's a few girls where they're like up there, so I don't know if it's. I feel like guys are getting more it's being more normalized to like listen to girl music, you know?
Yeah, and I
'Cause
think. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
no, no, yeah, yeah.
I was gonna say I think that female artists are also getting really good at catering their music to both genders as well.
Yeah, yeah. That's actually something that I was about to literally say that you can kind. Well, I can't relate to the my pussy pink, my booty hole brown, but you know it's still that's just a catchy ass song, you know.
But I think like the beats behind it is
yeah,
something that you would think like, okay, a male's gonna hop on this
yeah.
track, but yeah, she killed it.
You know who also is doing that when it comes to female roles? I feel like comedians too, female comedians that because I don't know if if you're into comedy at all, but
Mhm.
like female comedians back in days usually always like very sexualized. Like everything they talked about was always about sex. And I feel like now they like at least now recently, because I go to the Austin comedy scene or I watch it a lot. Uh, they make more jokes about the normal everyday stuff,
Mhm.
and it's just not sexualized, and
Yeah.
that's why I think they're getting a lot more popular too. I mean, same thing as music, where like the comedy scene, like now guys can relate to it, like they can laugh at it because it's something they can relate to it. So
Yeah.
it's a smart thing to do, and I don't know if you're planning to do that, because I mean sometimes like. I mean, fuck girl season, you can relate to it as if you were a fuck boy, you know?
Yeah, I think it goes both ways, and I feel like when I've shown males or my guy friends fuck girl season, they mess with it heavy. Like they
Yeah.
like it. I think it's almost like the sexy red whole
Yeah.
syndrome.
No, but it is true though. Like, as a guy relating to the music more, it makes me more listen to it. I used to listen to a lot of Lana Del Rey back in the day too, but I think I was just depressed or something.
No, her songs kind of slap though. It's just like chill when you want like chill music.
It's one of my exes though that got me into Lana Del Rey, and then like I just kept
Oh.
listening to her after. But then I stopped listening to, 'cause I was like, damn, it reminds me of my ex now. So it's like I gotta. But that was when I was younger, so I was like, it's whatever. But I still like Lana. I think there's a few other female artists that I would listen to. What's her name? Damn, I forgot her name, but Jessie Cortez, I think that's her name. She has a song with Black.
Oh, I know her by Jessie, but yeah, I think
Is
that's
that her
full
last name?
Yeah.
I don't know why I know her last name.
I don't know her last name. But yeah, she's a really good artist for sure.
Is there an artist that you really would want to collab with, like in terms of like female artists?
Oh, absolutely. I have like a whole list of them. I mean,
Who'd be your top 5?
ooh, I was thinking top 3, but top
Or
5.
top 3.
I mean, the first one's hands down Janae Aiko. I mean, she's really inspired my whole 5-year plan, my music, like a lot of things that I do. I look up to how she's moved as an artist and her artistry. My second one would definitely be Ariana Grande.
Oh,
just her vocals and just everything she can do with her range is so amazing and insane. And I also get really inspired by her stuff, which you can kind of hear in my harmonies and throughout my songs. And then my third one would probably be Kehlani. I just think she would be so dope to even just meet and collaborate with. Like, I like her ability to go kind of rap and R&B at the same time in her music, and that's what I like to do with mine too. So Janae, Ariana, and Kehlani.
Kehlani, what's a famous song of her?
Can I
Yes, okay. Now, yeah, I was like, her name sounds so familiar, but I'm trying to remember what songs
yeah, she's
she
the one
does.
who's like all tatted.
Yeah, Kehlani, yeah. No, yeah. Damn, that's pretty good list though. Any guys that you would?
You know,
Brent Fayez?
Brent Fayez is cool, but I don't know. I've never really thought about collabing with him.
He's not a guy
I
that'd be
mean,
really collabing though with people. If you think about,
I
like,
mean,
I don't think he's had a few songs where he collabs with people, but I feel like most of his good songs are just by himself.
yeah. I mean, he did a really nice collab with Coco Jones. I liked their song that
Oh
they
yeah,
had
yeah,
together.
that one was good. That one was good.
That song was fire. But I don't know, when it comes to guys, I mean, this is gonna sound super basic, but it would be cool to do a song with Drake if he would go back to like his Take Care era.
Yeah. Nah, that is true, because Drake right now.
I know I saw your
I was like, I don't
hot
even like
take
Drake
on
right
it.
now. I don't even like Drake. Well, I don't know. It's just I haven't even gone to that album. After I listened to it for like I gave it to it another try. Like it was like my 4th time like listening to fully. I'm like maybe I was just hating, and I just didn't. I think one song maybe I liked, and that's it. I think it was a J Cole one. I don't know. It was just very disappointing from Drake, especially because he said he was gonna go back to the old Drake. I'm like, man, that was not.
And I thought it was gonna be that way too, because I was at his concert on the Thursday he came, and he played a preview of the song with SZA, and I was like, oh, okay, this kind of sounds like old Drake, because he played it before it released at midnight.
That song's actually pretty good. Like his verse, where I think that's the one where he goes from like
all the months.
Yeah, the months. Yeah, that one's pretty dope.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. It's spiteful music. I love it.
There's not a lot of collaboration between like how it was back in the day between like R&B singers and rappers anymore.
You feel that way?
I think so. Like, at least songs that really make it to the top, you know?
I mean, I think R&B in general, I mean, it's changing now. I feel like R&B is coming back up, but I do think there was a period where, yeah, R&B was kind of flatlining.
Flatlining, yeah.
But now with...
Who do you think brought it back up?
I think it's not just one specific person. I think it's
Just
like the generation of R&B artists like Coco Jones and Summer Walker and Janae Aiko, like all of them collectively.
For females, for sure, but to me, Brent Faiyaz, I think for guys, Brent definitely brought it back.
Yeah.
Because I don't think I had seen another guy other than, I mean, I think Bryson was there
but then he kind of fell off.
My boy fell in love, so he couldn't make that toxic music anymore, you know? Like, it's bound to happen. Like, I've had this theory with like, artists cannot make good music if they're, like, in love, married, happily
Yeah,
married,
that's how I kind of felt about Black's latest project too.
Yeah, I forgot.
I mean, he's been in love, but like the toxic stuff went away.
Yeah, he got rid of all that toxic.
But Tory Lanez too. I felt like when he was coming out with R&B stuff, it was really good. And
that man it's still toxic though.
That's the thing with R&B though. I feel like toxic R&B is such a vibe.
Yeah, that's what we want to hear though. Like it reminds us of like those moments, you know. Because, I mean, we're all humans. We all go through the same things. Maybe the situation might be different, but, like, the core of it is still there. It's always the same, you know?
Right. You're like, oh, damn.
Like, damn, I missed
F that man.
Yeah. So it's always the same. So I feel like that's what makes us relate to it a lot.
Exactly. And that's what I'm trying to do with Fuccgirl Season 2. Like, I want it to be toxic.
You should learn Spanish, too. As I make a Spanish music.
I want to get there for sure.
Like Frank Ocean. Frank Ocean has done it. It's like if Frank Ocean can do it. You've never heard of his Spanish songs?
One, no.
Yeah, he has, I think, one or two, if I'm not mistaken. He has, like, straight Spanish.
Okay, I need to check that out.
I think it's called Estoy Cayendo. I think that's what it's called.
Okay, Frank Ocean. Let's go.
Yeah. He has a few. Man, I miss Frank Ocean. Did you listen? Did he drop that song, that snippet there?
I don't know if he dropped it yet, but I saw
people posting about it. I was like, damn, it sounds dope. But I stopped listening to Frank Ocean too, because his music will just get me depressed. Like, if you listen to too much Frank Ocean, you just get into that mode.
That's
where
fair.
Like,
that's fair. Is there too much Frank Ocean though?
So now I just listen to Peso Pluma. That's all I listen to. But I mean, Mexican music in general, like you said, R&B, like Mexican music was there with R&B, like it was just completely dead, flatline. It was just a bunch of old guys singing Mexican songs, you know. And then out of nowhere, these young kids come out of nowhere, and it just changed the whole game. Yeah, there's a few guys like that changed it, but Peso Pluma is the one that's making it like global, you know, where like everybody knows him. So I'm happy for it, because I'm like, man, that's dope, especially because I'm Mexican.
Right.
I was like, I want to see people. That's one thing that I hate it. Well, not hate it, but I was like, man, I wish y'all, like, for my American friends, I'm like, I wish y'all could understand what they say.
I know.
Because
I listened to Bad Bunny, and I was like, I don't know what he's saying. And then I go look up the translation, and I'm like, that's what he's saying.
But then also, like, when they translate it, it's just not the same, you know? Like, especially with translations, it gets lost, because some words in Spanish that translate to English, first, it doesn't sound correctly, as in, like, I guess, what do you call it? Like, when you rhyme with the...
Right, yeah.
It doesn't sound correctly. So it just, whenever you think about it, because I've heard the translations, and if I just completely cut off what I've heard in Spanish, then it's just like it kind of kills the vibe of the song. Especially with the things Bad Bunny be saying. Well, at least the old Bad Bunny, he was a wild guy. He was not commercial whatsoever.
Yeah, he was.
I was one of the first few that I started listening to him through what was it? The app, the SoundCloud.
Oh,
Yeah,
oh
SoundCloud,
wow.
SoundCloud. I started listening to SoundCloud when he was.
You're like an OG fan.
Yeah, OG fan. But then he just became commercial. And
I hate when that happens with artists.
are you the type that like you wanna like not share the music that you listen to?
No, I'm definitely the type to share for sure, but I just like I hate it when they go mainstream and they have to change their image to fit what the masses want. Like for me, my biggest one is like The Weeknd. I love the trilogy. No tea, no shade. I know a lot of people really like his stuff now, but it just became really obviously commercial.
Yeah, and I mean it's bound to happen with every artist, especially because they get tied to these contracts where they have to make these type of. I feel like
Yeah.
at some point they start getting control. It's a team now. It's no longer one artist. You know?
Yeah, I think most artists, but there are artists like that's what I respect Janae Aiko for. Like she's always been true to like who she is, what she wants to do with her music and her branding, and
That is true.
yeah, I respect it.
Oh, so are you a big the Weekend fan then?
I was.
You were. What'd you think? Did you watch his new show, or the show he had on
I
HBO?
saw 2 episodes of it. You're talking about the one
The
on
Idol?
HBO. Yeah,
I
yeah,
think
yeah,
it was
yeah.
called The Idol.
Yeah, I watched
Yeah.
2 episodes of it. I personally didn't understand what people were hating on it for, but maybe it's because I didn't get too far in it to.
I watched it
know.
all because I'm a big HBO fan. I love every show they do or create. They just like to me, this is like top tier. I don't know if you like watching TV shows at all. Or
Well,
you're a
I
big
loved
fan.
Euphoria. I think HBO killed that.
Well, yeah,
show.
Euphoria was one of the big ones. But I've been watching HBO shows. But in general, Netflix to me it's like 2 tiers down to what HBO makes. Because I don't know why they just like like the directors they hire are so good. Um, but yeah, that honestly the show it was decent. Like I didn't mind it. It was just I feel like people kept seeing the Weeknd and not the character he was playing. You know?
Yeah, I think that's what it was, for sure. Cause I thought the storyline was actually pretty cool.
Somebody I think I don't know what I saw that I think the storyline was based on like Selena Gomez. Uh, so they were saying that, but for some reason, but I was like I don't
That's
know why.
crazy. That is wild if it is.
Well, they had like it was on Twitter because they had the comparisons of like what the girl was going through at the moment, like because her stardom and then not going through those addictions and all
Not
that.
her ex, just
And I was
telling her
like,
whole
and then
story.
that's why I think he got more hate because you know the Selena fans be going crazy. For
Can't
her,
mess
so-
with her fans. Yeah,
I don't even know what her fans are called.
I don't know.
I've always had a crush on Selena,
You and like everyone.
especially because she was into soccer guys like recently. She was like, I need a soccer guy. I'm like, bro, that's me right here. I was like, let
I'm
me shoot
your
my shot.
Selena.
Let me shoot my shot. Out of the 100 million that probably follow her.
Right.
I was like, damn, she would never find me.
Slide in her DMs.
I mean, she's from Grand Prairie.
She is.
I used
yeah.
to wait tables in at a restaurant in Flower Mound, and her grandparents would go sometimes.
Oh, that's cool.
I was like, that's dope. I was
Yeah.
like, but I would always not. I would be too nervous
Like,
to be
introduce
saying
me
like,
to your
yeah, like,
granddaughter.
introduce me. Yeah, because they're straight up Hispanic, like
Yeah.
straight up like OG Mexicans. So it was fun to talk to them. I was like, that's dope that like Selena from Grand Prairie like made it that big. I
Yeah.
wish we could have. There's not that many that from Dallas here though that make it like that crazy.
I don't know. I feel like I know a few.
Who?
Like Demi Lovato was from DFW.
Where Demi's from Dallas?
Yeah.
Now maybe I haven't done my research correctly.
And the
then.
Jonas Brothers are from Dallas, or I think around the area. So
They
there's
are?
been pretty big names.
Bro, hell no. What the hell was I? I did not research it correctly then, cause I looked up who's famous from like Dallas, DFW, and not that many came out.
Oh no.
Was that? Oh fuck! Was that white dude that used to make movies? That he has like a broken nose.
I know
He
who
used to
you're
make
talking
all
about.
the
I
back in the
forget.
movies like the
comedy
rom-coms,
ones,
yeah,
right?
the comedy
Yeah.
ones.
I forgot his name, but I know who you're talking about.
He's from Dallas.
But also, I mean, Post Malone.
Is he really from? I mean, he's from New York technically, but
No,
But I
he
mean,
went
he
to
was-
school here.
he went to school here.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I guess he considers him. Yeah, cause he made that. He got that racing cane. He opened that racing cane.
Right.
Like,
There's
yeah,
a
he's
lot.
a
There's
Texas
a
boy.
lot.
Yeah, he's a Texas boy. Never mind. Oh.
I'm next.
Yeah, you're next. Shit. We got to get more now. I feel like honestly, when it comes to Dallas, it's growing though. It's growing where like
It
a lot of
is.
more artists.
And I think the more collaborative Dallas gets, the better it is. Because, I mean, I've been in the creative scene now for 9 or 8 years, and I've definitely seen like a shift in people moving away from competition and more being collaborative with each other.
No, that is true. So do you, or are you single or you're like in a relationship?
Yeah, I'm
Do
single.
you stay single on purpose to make those type of like the type of music you're
Fuck
making?
girl season. No, I'm just kidding. No, no.
I got, I don't know for you, but like I got used to being like rolling solo, like
Yeah.
not having to text somebody that, oh, I have to be here, here, be there, be that. Because honestly, you like once you're in a relationship, like not that it's not that you have to tell them more that, but you naturally do, you know.
You have to
like a
think
certain
about.
respect. Yeah, you have to
Yeah.
think about it, or
Mhm.
like, oh, maybe they want to hang out and stuff. So especially
Yeah.
when it comes to like, well, at least the podcast for me, but for you, like obviously your career, like you have to make plans with you, but then also have somebody think about somebody else. It's just too much.
Exactly. I mean, if it comes along, it comes along, and I'm not against it. I think that there's always like a way to make it happen if you really want something, but it's hard to find people who understand the lifestyle of just like going and going and going.
But then again, not I don't think you ever figure out, especially if you go that road of fame, not to make it so dark or anything, but when you think about it, like all the famous people, they never last. Like those, like when you, who's the couple that's lasted like for the longest? And when you think about it, it's only some actors that have had like a long relationship. Usually, one of them has to quit their career.
I mean, the whole Will Smith and Jada thing, but that's kind of
Yeah, but it's
didn't work.
yeah,
But
nah,
they were together, I think, for a while, a long time.
yeah, they were together for a long time, but was Jada really doing anything? Like she was just known, like she was just famous, but she wasn't really.
You're talking about like two A-list celebrities, like that kind of relationship, not like where someone's like a C-list celebrity and someone's
Yeah,
an A.
well, the both A usually never works out. Like yeah, that's one good one, but when you see it, like it hasn't, it never worked out.
Yeah.
Shit, they even say that Will Smith is gay. I think I saw that for some reason. Not that that matters
Not the
or
gossip
anything.
columns.
I was like, bro, I be reading sometimes Twitter. I be too deep into Twitter where I'm like, man, it's 3 in the morning. What am I doing? Like, let me go to sleep.
That's me on TikTok, so I get it.
Oh, TikTok. Nah, I can't get. I pride myself in not being on TikTok all the time, but then I'm on freaking YouTube and it's the same shit.
Social media in
Yeah,
general.
or Instagram too. Like scrolling through Instagram.
Yeah, it's just what's become our life nowadays.
And sometimes, honestly, I don't know if this happens to you, where like, damn, I saw this video like 3 days ago, but you still rewatching it, and it's just like, bro, what am I doing? Like, I'm wasting so much time.
Like, I know I already sent it to this person, but like I'm gonna send it to my friends again.
Yeah, literally. Or like, well, now everybody, I feel like everybody has a group chat where they send each other just a bunch of reels. I don't know if happens to you,
Oh yeah, it's always.
but that's like literally the thing now where I have like multiple group chats where we're just sending each other funny stuff. Like I have a work one, I have a soccer one.
That's
So
good. See, I try also to not fall into that too much because for me, like I want to make sure I'm making content as much as I'm consuming it, because you can get caught up in consuming it, and then it's like, what was the purpose behind that? So it's like I want to make sure I'm also making and putting out content for people like you and your group chats.
yeah.
To
Well, I don't.
too.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I don't even watch none of the videos they send me. I just leave them on red, or like I open it and then I just like.
It's like too many. By the time you open it, there's like 10.
No, sometimes they're like 50. I'm like, bro. I'm just scrolling through. I'm not even watching them just so they can think I read them or like watch them. And then they ask me whenever like we're in person. I'm like, yeah, I watched it, bro.
And we wonder why we're so overstimulated all the time.
Yeah, that is true. Also, creativity, like in the creative side of the things, I feel like because you're watching too much content, then when you try to create something, you try to mimic what you're watching sometimes, and it kind of blocks your creative thoughts.
Yeah, but I mean, I think that's with everything though, because you get inspiration from a source. So it's like
That is true.
you just get, I mean, granted, there are people who are probably like, I'm just going to straight copy this idea, and I've seen that before. But I like to look at it as like, oh, I got inspired by this video. Let me like try to do something cool, similar to it.
Is the artist that you mentioned that you want to collab with some of the ones that influence you, like to make your music? Like Jenny Aiko.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, I mean, this season, Fuccgirl season, if there's 3 artists who have really inspired it, it's Janae Aiko, Kehlani, and Summer Walker. Yeah, Over It, that whole project, chef's kiss.
Do you listen to more to just girls in general, or like you?
I mean, I listen to a mix, but I do like to, like, to your point earlier, you know how when we consume media, we do sort of subconsciously take that in and it shows within our art. So I just want to make sure that when I'm listening to music, it's with intention. So if I'm listening to guy music all the time, then I'm going to, you know, my lyrics will probably be more like from a perspective of a guy. So I just try to make sure that I do listen to a lot of girl, female R&B, but also not too much because I don't want my sound to sound too similar. So there's a good balance, I would say.
Okay, no, that's not bad then. Well, because I was gonna ask you, do you listen to any other genres or just like straight up R&B, hip hop?
R&B, hip hop, pop. I do love pop. Rap. I think those are like my main ones for sure. I mean, I listen to.
Do you listen to country music? I recently went to a country concert, and I met a Hawaii girl there. She flew from Hawaii.
They love country music.
They love country music in Hawaii.
I do not, but they love it down there.
You know, she didn't mention that, but well, we're talking about other stuff, but I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Yeah.
In Hawaii, they listen to
my
country
cousins. Oh my gosh! Like every time I look at their Instagram stories, it's like country songs.
What the heck? That's crazy. You would never think that too. I mean, other than country, like, do they listen to? I mean, they listen to everything that we listen to.
Yeah, I mean, there's
right?
like island reggae kind of style music too that, you know, we listen to.
I would have
as
never
well.
thought they listen to country music.
Oh man, you would be so surprised.
Do they have like country fits or not? They don't. They just
Yeah,
like
some
sing?
people have cowboy boots, cowboy hats. I mean, it's
Hey.
not as crazy as obviously Texas is, but it's pretty shocking. But if you think of it, a lot of land in Hawaii is farmland, and I don't know, they just have take a really big liking to country music.
I recently started. Well, I've always listened to country music, but I recently started listening a lot more. For some reason, I always go like based on my timeline. Like I said, like sometime one time I was into Frank Ocean for for 3 months straight. That's all I would listen to, like R&B in general. And then sometimes I just go to straight up hip hop, and then I go to like Mexican music, and then I go to country music.
Have you seen that meme recently where it's like The Office and they're all like this, and it's like all my genres fighting against each other?
Yeah, literally. Like if I put my whole playlist on like shuffle, like not my library, sorry, not my playlist, my library, it's just such a wide range of music. Like I even have like oldies from Mexico, like or like cumbias.
Like, yeah, I was about to say cumbia music.
Cumbia music is just like so different. But yeah, I went to a country where I met that Hawaiian girl. It was my first country, so I barely started listening to country music again, like heavy. And I went to my first country concert slash. Well, no, not my first country concert. I went to my first country festival. It was a festival, and I don't know, like just the experience. It was like to me, a top tier of like a concert. Not because it was a great concert, but just the people in general. Not saying because they're like only white people, but they were so respectful. Like obviously, like
Well, it's very different than going to like an urban concert for sure.
Yeah, I was
They're not
just,
mosh pitting.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. But even like not mosh pitting, like, cause even like when you go to a Mexican concert, like Mexicans do not let you pass all the way through the front, or they're not like if you leave, like they will not let you come back to where you were at. You know, like if you left the line, you would be back in the line. I'm like, it was, and also like, you know, obviously like when it comes to like rap concerts, like everybody's bumping into you, like
Oh my gosh,
you're squeezed. Like if you're in the front, you're getting squeezed like 24/7, and that was
You're getting
not,
mosh
bro.
pitted.
In the country festival, everybody had their own space. Like we were able to drink. I was able to sit down for a while when I got tired, and then stood up again. I was like, bro, this is such a different
A
experience.
nice experience.
I was like,
Maybe one day I'll give it a try. Someone did tell me one time, and it kind of changed my perspective on country music, and they were like, country music is just R&B sped up. And when I listen to country music now, I can see that, and then I'm like, okay.
Well, there's one artist I would recommend that you would listen to, especially because you like slower type of jams. It would be Zach Bryan.
I think I've heard of his.
He's my favorite country artist right now, and I don't even think he should be considered country, to be honest, because none of his stuff is like really country. It's just literally him and the guitar and singing. That's literally all he does.
Okay, I gotta check him out.
But his lyrics are super dope. I got addicted to him. One of my friends, one of my white friends got me into him. And Well, he's not. He's half white, half Mexican, but I just call him straight white because he gets mad. Um, but yeah, the whole experience when it was that country concert, it was just like I was just surreal to me because obviously I'm used to going to watch Young Dolph, Rest in Peace, 21 Savage, all these rappers, and like the whole vibe, like everybody elbowing you is just like so different to me. I was just like so happy in the concert. I was like, for the first time, I don't have to be freaking elbowing anybody. Um,
Okay,
Surprisingly, the only ones that were annoying were like young little white girls that were drunk, and
oh,
you
of
could tell they were straight
course.
up underage, and they were like hella drunk. I'm like, what the
Yeah.
heck? But that was the only
They're having the
annoying
time
thing.
of their lives.
Yeah, but I was like, I don't mind it. And they were super strict too. Like as soon as people started arguing or like fighting, because there were some arguments, they would literally go in or stop the concert. They would
Oh my
literally stop the
gosh.
concert and be like, "Hey, y'all, shut up," or like sit down, or like, y'all gonna get kicked out," and they would kick them out. Like literally, a security guard would walk through the whole, like I guess mosh pit or like the area, and then would literally kick them out.
That's
Um,
crazy though.
which obviously in rap you don't freaking experience
Yeah,
that.
they're like, eh.
Yeah, she's like, I mean Travis Scott for like that
Yikes.
festival.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I was just a surreal moment of me. I was like, man, I was like, I wish every concert was like this, cause I mean there is some like obviously like Travis, Young Dolph, like you kind of like go off on like the music that makes like you want to mosh pit, you want to rage and shit,
Yeah.
but.
Not me. When I'm at Travis concert, I just want to like vibe with it. But people do just want to let out all their rage at that moment for some reason.
Do you go like usually in the front or?
Yeah, I try to get as close to the front as possible.
Wait,
the-
how tall are you?
5, 2.5.
Oh dang. So you have to be all the way to the front.
I do. I try my best, but as soon as I see like a mosh pit opening up, I'm like
I always feel bad.
out of there.
To me, for some reason, every single time there's always like a small girl behind me, and I always feel bad. I'm like, you know what? You can just go in front
Yeah.
of me. Like,
Look,
not
we
gonna be able to-
respect people like you because sometimes people just like walk up straight in front of me and I'm just like,
man, what the heck, dude? Yeah. I see that all the time, and I'm just like, man. At least if somebody's behind me and they're like super, like a lot shorter than me, which is
Yeah.
mostly just girls, and I'll be like, you know what? You can.
that's
Just
nice of you.
walk in front of
That's
me.
why nowadays I try to get either like GA plus or VIP when I'm like going to experience a concert because what's the point of spending all that money to see someone's back of their head?
Yeah. Are you the type to be recording a lot, or you really experience the concert?
I like to do both. It depends on like who it is. Obviously, if it's like my favorite song from an artist, I'm pulling my phone out.
Yeah.
But if it's just me, like I've already recorded a few songs, then I'm just like there to enjoy the moment. But I do like realize it's crazy when you go to concerts now and you just see like a sea of phones and just
Yeah.
think like, dang, people really spent money to basically just come and record a moment
And
to
then
take
go
with them
watch it at
instead of
home.
experiencing the moment.
Yeah, that's what I started doing recently. Like I stopped. I do record snippets of it, or at least like maybe 2-3 videos max of like the concert, just if I want to post it.
Right.
But in general, like I'll just enjoy
Yeah, be there
the
and-
music,
yeah.
sing. That's what I did with that last concert, because the country concert was the last one I've been to. It just happened. It was just like a month ago, I think.
Oh, I wouldn't have had my phone out at all.
Yeah. You why? Oh, 'cause you don't even know. Yeah, okay, got you. I was like, no, yeah. I mean, that artist, Zach Bryan, like I know every song, so I was singing literally
Oh.
every song he was playing.
That's fair.
To me, it was my favorite concert I've been to ever, just because I knew every single song of that artist. Usually, it doesn't happen with every artist. Like, there's some songs that you don't know,
Right.
but with him, like my voice was gone at the end of the concert.
That's the
Right.
thing too. Like when people are at concerts and like you can't even really. Well, you can obviously hear the artist, but like people around you are just singing so loud that it's like.
Well, actually, it happens with him a lot, and I think I've seen where like old people say that, where it's like they come enjoy the concert, but because he has such a young fan base,
Mm-hmm.
like literally when he's singing, everybody's singing, so like you can't really even hear him. You can hear him
Yeah.
a little bit, but you can hear. But honestly, to me, it's dope whenever everybody's singing. Like it gives me like goosebumps. Like it makes the experience better, you know, because that's only.
Fair. That's fair.
Yeah, because if you wanna like listen to it, the same thing. It's like if you wanna listen to his concert, then just go on YouTube and you'll listen to it by yourself. You know, like you'll listen to the actual
Yeah.
audio.
Yeah. That's
But
fair.
like you only get that like on concerts, like that vibe of like everybody singing with you, you know.
Mhm.
And hopefully one time they get to you. You're gonna get to experience that too.
Oh, I will. Next year when I start doing performances, I already know it's gonna happen. Especially with Fuccgirl season, the song that's about to drop. It's too catchy to not.
Have you done live performances before, like
Yeah.
performing?
Yeah, this year was my first year performing my music. 88 Killa.
Yeah.
So he's a Fort Worth artist. So I've been on the stage with him many times. We did like Deep Ellum Arts Festival and Tulips in Fort Worth. And then my most recent performance was for a iHeart event at Clyde Warren Park.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I've done some performances here and there.
Do you still get that stage fright? Like you said, you used to be really bad at it.
I mean, not as bad, but definitely like during the first song, you can usually tell within like the first few seconds I'm still trying to like get in the groove and just vibe with it. But I know that'll go away as time comes. I think it's just like a very human response to have.
Yeah.
But I'm working on it.
So yeah, I've heard some people were like, I've seen, because I watch a lot of podcasts. I've seen some podcasts where artists were like, man, I'm still like, and they're big. They're like, man, I still get that.
Right.
Sensation.
I don't think it's ever gonna go away. That initial, just like, wow, I'm about to be in front of all these people.
Yeah, but once you get into it, like you said, you get to the groove of it.
Mm-hmm.
You're in like, you're in the moment.
Then it's just like autopilot at that point.
And it sucks for the people that have gotten stage fright. That like they can't do it.
I know. And I have mad respect because I think that at the end of the day, like, unless you're like a complete narcissist, you have that fear of like, what are people gonna think? How are people gonna perceive my music or this performance? And so I respect people when they hit the stage, any and everybody. It's not easy.
Yeah, that's true. Oh yeah, I was gonna ask you about this because you know how now there's like a lot of reaction channels about music, like they react to all the music and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think, like, especially like more R&B stuff, does it have to be more than one listen for you to like really like a song for you, or is you always constantly like, oh, off the bat you like the song and that's?
I think just like if you're asking any artist this in general, I think it takes more than one listen because like the first time you're hearing it through, it's usually for like a certain thing. Like you're trying to get a vibe for it, the beat, the melodies, and then you kind of like go back again to listen to the lyrics, and then you kind of go back again to see how they mashed it, and then every time you hear it, you hear something different. So for me, it's like kind of unfair to judge a song based off like the first listen. But I do think it's fair to judge it to see like if it's a vibe. Like you can kind of tell if a song's a vibe based off like your first listen, if your body feels like it naturally wants to move. But for me as an artist, yeah, it definitely takes more than just one.
Yeah, because the only reason I asked that is because for a while, I think I got too much influence from those reaction channels because I would watch them. I enjoy watching them, and if they didn't like a song, then I was like,
I didn't like it.
Not that I didn't even like. I would just not go listen to it because I would be like, oh, it was trash,
Yeah.
like, oh, they said it was trash, or like I listened to the snippet of it, and I got influenced to what they were saying to me to the point where I didn't want to go listen to the song, or I would just skip through it,
Yeah.
like whenever it would be me in the car. But I think I forgot what song it was. Of I don't remember what song it was or the artist, but I was just like, it was like a late night drive, and then like it started playing. I'm like, oh shit, this song is fucking dope. Like, and then I looked back to it and I was like, damn, I was always skipping through it, but I didn't realize how good of a song it was because obviously whenever I was watching the React channel or like they were reacting to it, it was like in a day, or it's like sometimes the vibe of a song, it's more.
Like it hits different depending on what's happening. Yeah, and that's the thing. It's like, I mean, it can boil down to like a good analogy is like when people say something about someone, right? Like you're not gonna like, some people take it and are like, okay, well, I heard this about them, I don't like it. But it's like you have to wait to experience it for yourself and see how you feel. And sometimes songs hit different. I mean, look at how many songs from TikTok that were made years ago that are just now starting to surface and hit like top charts because it's a different time. People can relate to it in a different manner now. So I think
I'm lost on that because I'm not in TikTok
like,
a lot.
Pink
like
and
old songs that are like.
It could be old songs, like one song from Rihanna's first self-titled album that came out, man, when I was still living in Hawaii, like 2005 maybe.
Okay,
One of her songs just resurfaced and started getting really popular lately. But it's
okay.
like people can relate to it differently now.
No, yeah, that is true. No, I get what you mean now. I mean, but that happens with I think TikTok is one of those big big platforms where it happens, especially with music, because it takes just one, like, I don't know how they go viral, but like I know it takes like, well, at least for like music that you can dance to, like it takes one dance that it would just go viral, and then that song is overplayed everywhere
Yeah,
now.
that's the thing
Um,
too. Some people experience like you get a better experience when you see a visual with a song.
yeah, no, that is true. What's other? Is TikTok really the only platform, right, that is like video wise where you can really promote your music like that, right?
I mean, I think every social media platform is, but I do think TikTok is like the industry leader that did that
Yeah, because
first.
YouTube is not really
Actually,
doing it.
Musically was the first one, and then TikTok came right after.
Oh yeah, musically, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, that one's um, that was basically TikTok, no? Am I tripping?
I mean, yeah, it's kind of different. It was a little bit different. I was on Musically like way back when, so I would say it's a little bit different, but
What was the difference?
I just think like the different like way you can edit videos and also just like the type of crowd that was on Musically. Like you weren't on Musically unless you were strictly on it for music, you know? But
Okay,
TikTok is any and everything.
got you. Damn, but low key are. I was just thinking about this the other day because I was watching uh this YouTuber. He was blogging and he was talking about he has a podcast too, and he was talking about how somebody came up to him. He's like, "Yeah, I watch your podcast all the time." He's like, "Oh yeah, which episode you watch?" He's like, "Well, I don't watch your podcast. I watch it like all the TikToks or the
Hmm.
clips."
The short
And then he was like,
form.
"Damn, like literally, a lot of people have been telling me this. Like, they don't watch my full podcast, but they just watch the clips or the." I'm like, "Damn, that's how people's uh
Attention
the attention
spans.
span is
Yeah.
so
Short
low."
form content is winning. I mean, even with artists, you're better at doing little clips and paying for someone to make reels for you than actually doing a whole production with a music video.
And that's gonna get you a lot more promotion than anything else
Mhm.
always would do.
Yep.
Um,
Put people on game.
Shit, but I mean, it just I don't know if it affects us or that's just it's better that way.
It 100% affects us. Like, I mean, in this
Like in a
next,
good way or in a bad way though.
if you're asking for my personal opinion, I think it's kind of bad because nowadays, since we can get things so fast and quick, it's like that's what we expect with a lot of things in life. So it can be a little dangerous when you don't learn to have patience and take time to understand things and just want things in like short form.
There was another one from Musically that I actually like, but
Oh, are you talking about Vine?
I think it was Vine.
That was like the original, like
That was the original, right? Like
OG.
OG. How
Yeah.
long were the videos there?
Like 15 seconds or
15
less.
seconds too,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's the fucking.
That's
the
what
one that
started it
all
all.
of it. That's the one that started it all.
Man, I forgot about that app.
Yeah, we had when I first started the podcast, I interviewed one like OG famous Viner. I forgot his Victor. His name is Victor Pope, and he was really popular in Vine back in the day.
Man, that was
But
like high school days.
yeah, and he was still famous off of that. I mean, he was hilarious on Twitter too. But it's crazy how much fame he got off of Vine, and then he just
Mhm.
some people weren't able to transition into YouTube. A lot of
Yeah.
people did. What's his name? King Badge.
Mm.
I mean, yeah, he was kind of able to transition to it. I mean, Logan Paul was able to transition into YouTube, but those were like all big viners that were able to transition to it.
Yeah.
But it depends sometimes because like when you see TikTok, like TikTokers, some of them do not do good on YouTube whatsoever.
Like in long form
In the long
content.
form content,
Yeah. Some people just don't have the personality for that either. To keep someone engaged for
that is
10
true.
to 15 minutes.
Have you ever tried to do like in that TikTok form, like not just music based, like also do other stuff that influencers do?
Yeah, so I have a TikTok right now, and I garnered a pretty big audience on there. A few of my videos have gone viral, so
Do you do like comedy stuff or?
no,
I do my research on TikTok because again, I try not to be on TikTok whatsoever.
yeah. No, I do some music and then some things that are just like trending. I mean, I think naturally my personality leans towards a little bit of like being funny. So I think some of my stuff comes out that way. But yeah, so I do every single social media platform you can think of, I'm on. So I do YouTube. I have long form vlogs on there. I do TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all of it.
That's my problem. I don't be doing like all that, and I'm literally the one who's produced it. But I was just YouTube, Instagram. That's it. I don't want to upload anywhere else. But then they get mad at me because I'm like, no, bro, TikTok. You should upload on TikTok too.
Yeah, I tell everyone TikTok, man, it's a beast. I mean, you never know what can happen, but it could happen.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, we did go off like I think our second video on TikTok it went viral. It went like I almost got like 200,000, 300,000.
See,
and
exactly. I mean, TikTok's crazy. I had one video that went really viral, I think almost a year or 2 years ago, and I think it was like over 2 million views on it, and it got me a brand sponsorship from
for
it.
real?
Yeah.
Which brand can you say?
It's Grethers Pastilles, which are like these licorice little gummies you can take to help coat your throat so you can sing better.
Oh, that's dope. What was the TikTok that went? What was it about?
So it's because Ariana Grande like always raves about it. So I did a little video of like her talking about it, and then it cut to
nice.
me being like, I'm gonna try it out, and then I tried it and sang, and then it blew up.
You know, it's crazy though. I didn't know for a while that, well, because obviously I did interview a few famous TikTokers already here, and they say how bad like TikTok was for paying, influencers.
Oh, they're terrible at paying. Terrible. You want to get brand sponsors. You do not want to get paid from TikTok.
Yeah, that was bad. And now I think they cut it down even more now.
It's It's pennies. It's so
that's
bad.
Crazy.
Like I remember when my video hit 2 mil, I think I only got $27-$30 from that.
Damn, what the heck? I forgot which influencer I was watching a podcast of, and he's like, and he has like millions of followers. He's like, yeah, I mean, I've never taken the money out of what they pay me, like of the account or whatever. And then he showed it, and this was, I mean, he didn't upload often, but he had like almost like 10 million. I think it was KSI. I don't know if you know him, KSI.
Yeah.
He's from England.
You said KSI?
Yeah.
You interviewed KSI?
No, I didn't interview KSI.
Oh.
But he was doing a podcast.
I was about to say that's dope.
No. Yeah, he's way too famous for me. I was an OG fan of his when I was watching YouTube. He was crazy back in the day. Which is crazy because again, he's like another one that went like commercial. Now he has to take care of his. But he was a wild guy back in the day. The stuff he would say, he would never say now because he would get canceled. But he was a wild guy. But anyways, he was talking about how he hadn't taken none of the money out, and I think it was only like $200.
Yeah.
And he had like millions and millions of like views and likes. I'm like, bro, what? $200?
Yeah, no.
I was like, damn. I was like, that's why I was like, man, I don't even care for like to post on TikTok. I was like, what's the point?
Yeah, I mean, you just have to know the game, you know? At the end of the day, brand partnerships pay way more than what the actual platform will, unless it's like Meta, because I know Facebook and Instagram pay a really good amount. But you just want to...
Snapchat too, right? I feel like a lot of YouTubers been Snapchatting lately.
I have not been on Snapchat in years, so I don't know.
Sometimes I click on Snapchat like just to get in randomly because I hardly use Snapchat too. And there's so many YouTubers posting like their on their stories, and they make it smart because whatever their last post is, that's a clickbait. So it clickbait. It definitely clickbaits me because I'm like scrolling through the whole story trying to watch that one thing that they put. And it's always like somebody marrying somebody or like it's always something. But I feel like they're paying them good because all of them are doing it now. And they talked about it on parts like, oh, I've been on my Snapchat grind. And I'm like, damn,
I think they are, especially because that's what reaches the younger generations, and it's quick form. I mean, what's the quickest form of content besides Snapchat?
Yeah, literally, just fucking 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Or 15 or whatever. I mean, one of my editor, my ex-editor, the one that used to edit for me, he uploaded something on Snapchat. And it was like a video of him going to work the day it snowed. Like, no, I don't think it was this past year, but the year before. And he had changed his phone number, so they texted his old phone number that there was no work that day. So literally, he shows up, he records a video like, damn, I changed my phone yesterday, and I didn't receive the text that nobody worked, and it was just like an empty building. And he got like, I think, like 400,000 views and like a bunch of likes. But anyways, from that post alone, through Snapchat he got paid like 17,000. I was like, and I was like, that's a lot. I was like,
He got paid more than his workday.
yeah, literally. I was like, bro, 17,000 for that. I was like, that's crazy.
And that's what goes to show too. Like people really will find anything that's like your average life happenings as entertainment nowadays.
Yeah, but that brings me to what you were saying about how you gotta know the game because, like obviously like he tried to keep doing it, but I think Snapchat only did it for a certain time. Then after that they stopped doing it, but you gotta at least take advantage of whenever they're paying the most, because sometimes like for a while Instagram was paying for reels too.
Yeah.
Like, and then they stopped doing it, but you gotta take advantage of it.
They were paying a lot.
Now
Because they were competing with TikTok.
Yeah, with TikTok. Now Twitter is where it's at.
X.
Yeah, X. Sorry, X. Yeah, X. Sorry, Elon.
I can't. I just can't with everything that Elon has done with that platform. I mean,
the only good thing is if you get famous or like now the way if you get retweeted like sometimes you go viral off of something you say. Now you get paid for that.
I mean,
shit,
that's cool, but you also have to now pay to edit your tweets.
That's true, but if you're famous, I feel like you wouldn't mind it, especially if you're getting paid a lot.
No, you wouldn't. But for like the average person, which like everyone was using Twitter, it kind of.
Or to edit what?
Huh?
Like you have to pay to edit like if you misspell something.
Yeah, like once you post a tweet, I'm pretty sure you can't go back and edit it.
Oh, you have to pay for it. I don't know. I don't even have. I don't pay for it.
I could be wrong, but
I just go on X to go watch memes and who's getting trolled, who's getting.
It's just not the same anymore. It's like a bad rebrand. I mean, in my opinion.
You think so?
I mean, I'll still use it because it's still a good resource, but just everything he's done with it.
The only thing I like X for is to argue with people about sports, so I don't mind it, especially because I have a little bit more liberty of saying what I think of them. You know, calling them dumb.
I mean, that's how Twitter's been since the beginning of time.
The dawn of days. But
Subtweets.
do you use Threads or do you don't really use it?
Every now and then I will, like, just to make sure like my promotional and content stuff's on there, but I really don't think people be on Threads like that, honestly.
No, right. Yeah, that's great because I don't think of it. Like, I went back on it after, like, when I first did it, like, did my account, I got on it for, like, the first 2 days. After that, I just didn't get on it, and I got it on, like, a day ago. I think I saw Renee post it. I'm like, Renee, you on Threads? What the heck?
Yeah, he be on Threads.
Like, bro, get on X, bro.
But I just feel like that's more like for the millennial generation. Like, we grew up with like seeing social media like that, but nowadays everyone wants a visual to go with it. And I think that's why it's hard for things like Threads and X to be something like as monstrous as TikTok is.
Yeah. But I mean, it is changing. I think, well, there's still kind of a transition of him changing the whole brand of Twitter to X. Because now there's like long form podcasts and like you can, bro, somebody upload, I followed this page where they keep uploading like a bunch of movies. like OG movies or like even new movies.
Pirated.
Yeah, pirated movies. I'm like, oh shit, what's up? Like, I haven't watched that movie. Like, I think Barbie, I watched Barbie there. Well, I only watched half of it because then it got boring. Did you watch the Barbie movie?
I did. I like the overall underlying message that they were trying to give, but
I didn't get it. I just kept hearing, hi, Barbie. Like, good night,
hey,
Barbie.
but the marketing for that movie was insane. I mean, I couldn't go anywhere without seeing Pink or Barbie.
No, that is true. That is true. And they did receive a lot of money off of it. The box office, I think it was the top rated movie. I wonder if the little girls got into Barbies now. Because I feel like it was dying down.
Yeah, I think that was like kind of their plan too, was to kind of like revamp the brand again. But yeah, I mean, nowadays, what kid
plays
like
with
you
toys?
See them with like electronics all the time.
Yeah, a tablet.
Yeah.
And for parents also, they're lazy now too. They were
Yeah.
like fuck it, just get a tablet.
Right. I
shut
mean, we
up.
were raised by the TV. Now they're raised by the tablet. The next one's gonna be raised by like robot nannies.
I was always that outdoor kid.
I was too.
Yeah. Like.
Until I was a teenager.
Yeah, my mom was telling me, she was like, 'cause she would get mad at me when I would get scars or like start bleeding because I would be playing with my bike all the time. She said when I was little, like I would just throw dirt on my scars or like if I get like a scrape or something, just so she wouldn't notice that I had it.
Wow, how hygienic.
Yeah, I was like, I was not thinking anything through, but then on purpose, cause I was only like 5'6", but then on purpose, like she would shower me, and then like,
It would
or like she
show.
would throw the hot water, and she could tell that I was like in pain.
Yeah. I mean,
'Cause
I
of,
was
like,
the same way. Like, growing up in Hawaii, I mean, we were outside with our bikes all the time. But it's kind of like dangerous now.
in Hawaii or
No,
here
just like for
in
kids to
general.
be out on
You
the
think so?
streets. Yeah, I mean, I could just be saying that because maybe now we hear more about things happening than we
Yeah.
used to because we didn't have the access to the internet that we do now. But
Yeah, that's one thing that like now social media, like if something bad happens, like somebody gets kidnapped, it's very easy for us to know because social media tells us all
we
the
get the
time.
alerts, like the
Yeah,
Amber Alerts.
and sometimes we get alerts too on Twitter about somebody being disappeared, like in states that are like hella far away from each other. And like back in the day, we
Yeah.
wouldn't have known because it would have only been local. You know,
Yeah,
it
we,
wouldn't
we
have
only
been.
see like those boards in the grocery stores that say like
Yeah.
missing kids. Yeah.
And those were kids that were like in our area, you know, and so it was rare for us to see that much. Now I feel like we get shown a lot more, but it's because we get
we have more
news from like
access.
everywhere.
Yeah.
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 That's how it is now with social media, which is better to be honest. Well, now for people that panic or like
That's what I'm saying. It kind of instills like this sense of fear though, and now everyone's like, I don't want to leave my house because this
Yeah.
or this might happen. You know, even with like guns and shootings, and people just want to be inside and be as safe as they can now.
that
But
is
you gotta
true.
live your life though.
Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. If it was gonna happen, it was gonna happen. You know, like
Yeah.
it's
Just pray on your way out every day.
yep. And if God lets it happen, it's for a reason. That's why I don't pay attention to none of it to be honest. Like news wise, like I'm just living my life, man.
Exactly.
But anyways, any shows that you're gonna play in the future, recently or soon?
Not that I know of right now. I mean, my biggest goal this year is just to get my music out. So I do have the release of Fuccgirl season on November 17th. So once that drops, next year my big goal is to start doing more performances. I already have a potential festival in the works, and it's a pretty big festival in DFW. So I'm really excited about that. But as of right now, I don't have any shows.
For sure, I'll be there then. Support. I always
Thank
go
you.
support if you come on a podcast, then I'm always gonna support you.
Well, we appreciate
I'll be
that.
supporting all the artists that be coming here. No, that's dope then. Good to see you then, and hopefully you had fun. I mean, it wasn't that hard, right? Having a conversation with me.
No, I
Hard.
didn't think it was gonna be hard at all. I mean, like, you're also talking to someone who has a background in media and,
Oh, okay,
and
got
PR,
you.
so I'm like used to
I
doing
could tell
this
you
for
were
other people.
super a lot, like way more professional than anybody I've interviewed because like the way you were asking me these questions, I was like, damn, I never even prepare for none of these podcasts. I just go, you know what? So what you eat today?
Yeah, no, I mean, I've been doing this for years for other artists, so the fact that I get to now do it for myself is
Yeah, that's dope.
It's a blessing.
What like media? Where else did you work in media? Like, did you work with iHeart or?
So I do work with iHeart, but I had my own PR and marketing company for 4 years, and through that I helped a lot of artists in DFW, whether it was like music, fashion,
Anybody
or small
that
businesses.
I would know. Have you met any famous people like through
Yeah,
iHeart, through the
actually-
building of iHeart or?
I've met famous. I mean, they come in for interviews. So like, Chloe Bailey was there one day. She's from Chloe and Halle, and
Yeah, she's the older one. Right?
yeah. I mean, with my company, with People's Revolt, me and my friend Shabby, when we had that, we helped people like Nate God.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we helped like him, Rachel Lindsay from The Bachelorette. So we had like a few people that we helped with. Yeah.
I don't know why when you said Chloe Bailey, I just remember when she was getting clapped by the I forgot his name, the one that's dating what's her name? Lori Harvey. What's the dude she's dating?
Oh, I don't know what
He's
happened
the
with
one
that
from-
situation. I know who you're talking about, but I'd never heard of that situation.
Well, they had a show where it was a really wild show where like they're literally having sex and
I know what you're
You
talking
remember?
about. Yes. Wasn't that the B movie, the one where it was like the crazy fan who was supposed to be like obsessed with?
I gotta watch the movie, but I only saw like
I think it was called The Hive or something. Yeah.
Yeah, I only saw like the snippet of it because they put it on X Twitter,
That was
And
a really
from whenever
good
you
show.
said her name, I was just like,
It's a really good,
is it a good show?
Mm-hmm.
I should watch it. Where is it on? Is it Hulu?
I don't know if it's Hulu or HBO, but it's on one of the streaming platforms. It's not Netflix though.
Oh, okay. Gotcha. I should definitely watch it. I'm a big fan of his. I can't remember his name right now, but I'm a big fan of his because of Snowfall.
Snowfall, really good,
I was
really good
addicted
show.
to that show.
Yeah, yeah.
And did you watch the whole?
I didn't
thing?
watch it all. I was just like here and there.
Yeah, I finished the whole seasons. Well, this year was the last season. The ending was crazy.
Dang.
I don't want to tell you because then
Yeah,
you
don't
can
tell
watch
me.
it
Don't
yourself.
tell me.
But then again, probably you probably see it through X or like anywhere, you know, like
Maybe.
you wouldn't get it though. So I guess you have to watch it. Yeah, you have to watch it. But anyways, peace out, guys. Make sure you like and subscribe, hit the notification button, and stay up to date with our latest videos.